And everybody give a round of applause for Tom Myers, everybody. Tom Myers.
How are we doing tonight? Good to hear. Give yourselves a round of applause for coming out and supporting such a great cause. I actually thought about getting my hair cut before the show, but I decided against it because I'm always worried they're going to cut it too short. And if it's too short, I know everybody in this room would look at me while I'm up on stage and look at me and go, Ellen DeGeneres has really let herself go? But I have to get a cut eventually because if I don't get a cut, it gets too long. And when it gets too long, I start to shed. And then whenever I clean out my shower drain, I feel like Hillary Clinton's gynecologist. Born and raised in the great state of Maryland. I've lived here my entire life. I love it. I really do. Whenever I travel, because I travel a lot for comedy, whenever I travel, people often ask me to describe Maryland, and I tell them this: Maryland is a really tough state. It is. It's a tough state. You want to know how tough we are? Our official state flower is the Black-Eyed Susan. The Black-Eyed Susan. You know you're from a really tough state when your official state flower sounds like the nickname of a domestic violence victim. But like I said, I travel a lot. And when you're a comedian, you have to travel to Las Vegas. You know, you have to do the obligatory Las Vegas run. And believe it or not, the city of Las Vegas and the city of Baltimore have one thing in common. They have one major thing in common. And in both Las Vegas and in Baltimore, after you have sex, you can get crabs. It's not just Las Vegas, though. I travel to some really exotic locations, like Alabama. I was driving through Alabama and I saw a sign that said, "Welcome to Tuscumbia, Alabama, birthplace of Helen Keller." Wouldn't you know it, there was nothing to see down there? I tried telling that to the locals. No one would listen to me. No one. But I don't often get to perform in nice places like this. Very often, you know, when you're on the road, you're driving down the middle of nowhere, you pull into a tiny little tumble-down shack to get something to eat. In my case, it's the venue I happen to be performing in that night, because my agent rocks. He's earning his 10-ish% on that one, let me tell you. But it's one of those venues where you go ahead and pull in and it has one of those scary bumper stickers over the bar. Like this one I went into, this one bumper sticker said, "Ted Kennedy's car has killed more people than my gun." Whoa, very intense. I want to come up with a bumper sticker in response to that says, "More young women are shot in the face by guns that have been shot in the face by Bill Clinton." You know it's true. But it's one of those venues where you go in, all the TVs are on behind the bar. Like some TVs, like one will be turned to football, one will be turned to baseball, another basketball. Like in this location, everybody was at the bar watching these TVs. All the TVs were tuned to Deliverance. And they started cheering during the squeal like a pig scene. They come up to you after the show, they tell you you're pretty funny, and you got a pretty little mouth. That's... Hey, can I get my check, please? Thank you very much. But, no, I hope you guys are all having a good time tonight. I hope you're all having a good time drinking. I actually stopped drinking. I haven't touched a drop of alcohol in more than 3 years, so thank you. You're all applauding because you know that's more booze for you guys to drink, you greedy bastards. Because let me tell you something, I would drink, all right? I used to hang out with some real unsavory characters during my drinking days. Some of my girlfriends were as a result of my drinking. It's like, for instance, I would drink so much I'd have no recollection of what happened the night before. I wake up in my hotel room the next morning with a piece of paper with a name, Jamie, and a phone number written on it. I'd go ahead and call the number the next morning, and this voice would answer, "Hello? Yeah, hi, is Jamie there? Yeah, this is Jamie. Ah! During my drinking days, I dated a girl with a multiple personality disorder. That was fun. That really was. A few months before we broke up, though, she decided that we were going to go ahead and abstain from having sex, which, whatever. Good news, though, she didn't tell her other personality that, so I was still getting a little action on the side. Bad news, her other personality was a burly truck driver named Jamie, I think. The voice sounded familiar. Not all my girlfriends are crazy, though. They weren't. I dated a Russian girl for a while. Guys, you ever get the chance to date a Russian girl, all right? This girl and I, we were in love. She was in love with me. I knew it because she had a little pet name for me. She called me her ticket to American citizenship. But, no, I just ended this one relationship that I was in. And, but, I mean, this girl and I, we had a good time going out. She really wasn't as free-spirited as I would have liked. You know, I always tried to get a threesome with this girl, but she would never agree to it. I've never been involved in a threesome. The closest I've come to being screwed by more than one woman at the same time was when I lost money I put on a bet on a WNBA game. She wasn't into threesomes, but she was into role-playing. Oh, yeah. She used to dress up and pretend she was a Catholic schoolgirl. I would pretend that I loved her. I think I discovered why we broke up. But no, that was all as a result of my drinking. It was. Because I would drink so much. You know you're drinking too much? I would get Christmas cards from the guy who runs the liquor store a couple miles up the road from me. Dear Tom, Merry Christmas and thank you for putting my kids through college. And I still have student loans. How's this working out? No BS though, a couple months after I quit drinking, same liquor store a couple miles up the road from me closes down. Yep, I make a change, improve my health for the better, and I destroy a man's livelihood. Thanks, Obama. And thank you guys for coming out and supporting a good cause. My name is Tom Myers. It's been a pleasure to talk to.